We Love Hip Hop.
I'm gonna pull up whose Instagram should I use? I'll use my own Instagram here. Follow me on actually I'll use the We Love Hip Hop Instagram. That's why I put this story. Follow us on Instagram, We Love Hip Hop Network. We'll start with Shmurda61st. R.I.P. to that young gentleman. Let me see. Give me a second, gang. I want to pull up a picture of him behind here on the screen. Yeah, R.I.P. to that young gentleman, Shmurda61st. He passed away a few days ago. Let's go to 6 Sounds first. They usually have the news when it drops. I kind of followed up a little bit later on in the afternoon. I'm out here doing content and stuff like that. I don't really get a chance to post it right when it drops. But it's definitely another loss in this Parkdale scene. Parkdale scene, my bad. In this, because I'm seeing here behind me, it's Parkdale. Yeah, artists are already starting to take shots. Rumors that, so let me see. It was an incident that happened over there in Richmond Hill a few nights ago. Let me see here. How many nights ago was this? It was about 4 days ago, right? I don't know. I think there was a nightclub incident or something like that. Let me see if I could pull up an article. But this gentleman here, he runs with Smiley. 61st is basically, it's a Pelham thing. You know what I'm saying? So let me see here. I know Smiley used to have his name as Smiley61st. No, it's still 61st. I think he just changed it to Smiley61st now. Because it was like Mr. B.O.B. before, right? Smiley posted it on his page here. He says, "Long live Shmurda. This happens to you, gang. We're starting to take your music way more serious. Made the whole hood proud." And Smiley has taken some losses as far as different people in his crew and family. I know when around the time when Over the Top first dropped, he had lost his brother, like his real physical brother. You know what I'm saying? And there's another gentleman that is currently incarcerated that's down with him. Let me see if I can find this other gentleman. Gang, what's the other dude that's down with Smiley that I think he's locked up right now? Help me out in the comments right here. Any girl in Toronto renting out Homie 61st freed up. Okay, Easy Fact is saying he's freed up. Yeah, he was incarcerated not that long ago though. You know what I'm saying? So as far as like with the people around Smiley, it's not been an easy road for him as somebody who's been super up, not just up, like super up. Like he's been able to surpass a lot of Toronto rappers being signed to OVO and different things like that. So, I'm sure he would love to see the rest of his team come up with him at the same time. You know what I'm saying? This gentleman, Shmurda61st here, he had a few music videos. Not to say that he was like I hear Smiley saying that, he's just starting to take his music seriously. And to a degree, true. But he also had he had a good set of music videos out. It wasn't like he was just trying a thing. You know what I'm saying? Even if you go through his catalog here, like Shmurda61st and Smooth61st. Spin. That was from a month ago. Okay. There's another video here, Get Up, from a year ago. Another one from a year ago, Smooth61st and Shmurda61st and Bake61st, by the month. Okay, so mans were dropping, you know what I'm saying? Their whole team was dropping when I really look at these music videos here. Right? Damn, bro. I wonder how old this individual was here. Let me see if I could pull up an article here. Let's see. Let's do some quick examination here. Richmond Hill shooting. Okay. Toronto man, 21. Holy. Yo, niggas be hella young, fam. This is crazy. Y'all can see that on the screen right there. 21 years old. Caught on camera, mass thieves. Okay, what is this here? 21-year-old. Okay, let me go through this article here. This is courtesy of The Sun. Sorry, I'm not really a big fan of The Sun, but this is what I got in front of me right now. 21-year-old Toronto man has been identified as the victim of a deadly shooting in the parking lot of an entertainment plaza in Richmond Hill. York Region Police called on Friday at about 11:20 p.m. at the York Boulevard, East Beaver Creek and East Beaver Creek Road area for reports of a man shot in the parking lot near a restaurant. Officers found a man since identified as Alexander Bobby LePage, suffering from multiple gunshot wounds. He was taken to hospital where he died. There was no suspect information or investigation, and investigators believe that it was a targeted shooting. Regular rhetoric here. What's this here? Let's see what they got here for us in this video. Does this have anything to do with this shit? I don't think so. Yeah. 21 years old. Damn. It's like niggas is just starting to live their lives, fam. Like if you're in the United States, you're just able to start drinking. And boom, it's a wrap, bro. And obviously, Toronto can't go without just letting people rest, right? It just becomes now here's an opportunity to start going at the ops and all of the effery basically that starts going on afterwards. So let me see here. Oh, I should write down this 100 watts thing here too. These guys went out of control with this beef. Holy. Okay, so it's Parkdale clowns Shmurda61st after following his. How is that written? They didn't write that right. These guys, man, Jesus Christ. Viewer discretion advised. That's how it's being scrapped.
Guess what? He'll still be alive right now if you niggas ain't gas him up. Give my shorty stingers and guns, I tell them slap for none.
What are they blocking out in there?
Guess what?
Jesus, Murphy. I don't know, man. I'm not really tapped into the intricacies of all of these polys that go down in the streets over here. So I'm not going to give any commentary on that because, to be honest, I don't even know. I had no idea that Parkdale, and not Parkdale the person, but Parkdale the area, and Pelham had issues. Okay? When I was living in Parkdale, I wasn't aware of a Pelham beef. All right, so does Pelham and Parkdale have issues? Let me know in the comments. Am I out of the loop when it comes to certain ends to ends that have issues with each other? All right, like I know that there's the obvious beefs that been going on for years from different ends, and people are fully aware of those ones, but I wasn't aware of that one. You know what I'm saying? I'm willfully ignorant when it comes to certain, just all of that. You know what I'm saying? If it's already in my face, it's been pushed in my face over the years, then like, it is what it is. I guess I know, but I didn't know. Juicy Hamburger, salute. saying yes, they do. I said, well, now they do for sure. Yeah. That's I just don't like when these different things happen and then these guys get online and this is, I'm not trying to, I'm respectfully when it comes to these guys because I deal with all of them, you know what I'm saying? I've interviewed It's Parkdale before. But when these guys get online and say these different types of things about people who've passed away, even if they're not responsible, that's just their op and they're just, sounds crazy to say, just happy that that person's gone. Because, I say it sounds crazy to say because maybe it's just me, maybe I'm soft. I just can't find in a place where I'm like happy somebody's dead. You know what I'm saying? And our culture has gone in this weird direction where when somebody passes, people are like visibly celebrating that. Okay? Don't get me wrong. I know people, they go and they retaliate to their ops and so on and so forth. And, you know, they go pop some bottles later on at the club or whatever. But I guess it's just part of this internet culture where you're able to see the celebrations now. You know what I'm saying? Dusty Wallace said MK Soul Live. Yeah, he's down with the crew as well. I was having some conversations before we get off of this right here. I was having some conversations behind the scene of even why Smiley is one of the best candidates to be signed to OVO Records, right? Because he's representing Pelham, right? And Pelham's a known block out there, right? But it hasn't been stamped as much as hot as some of these other places like the Jane and Finch and the Jane and Finches of the world or of Toronto and the Regent Park and, you know, give me another note, Rexdale, all these different places that people know, you know, you hear it and it's synonymous with, you know, gang activity and different things like that, right? Politics or the polies, different things like that when you hear those names. And then you also know who they got issues with. But when it comes to Pelham and Smiley representing Pelham, I think it was an easier choice for Drake to choose to sign Smiley because it's not as in your face of who they might have issues with, or it's not as big of a story as the other ones, right? Look, I had to ask, Parkdale and Pelham had issues? Like, I wasn't aware, you know what I'm saying? So it was easier to sign him than to say, okay, and not to call any names or anything like that, but like to say, okay, if I sign Pressa, now he has to deal with the backlash of, okay, you're choosing sides. You're down with the Wasses. What about the Rex? Right? He don't want to have to hear that. So, you know, but he still wants to be able to tap in and get a rapper from the streets. How many rappers are you going to sign that are non-street guys? That's not helping the problem. You're trying to take guys out of the street, right? So I think when he was looking for somebody that's representing a hood and he was looking around at all the different candidates of somebody he can sign who's talented, representing a hood, unique, he said, you know what? There's a lot of good choices, but Smiley and Pelham Parkway, okay. I don't hear about them as much in the blogs or as the news. Okay, let's draw for somebody from Pelham. You feel me? But it doesn't mean that, you know, obviously with the passing of this young gentleman here, Shmurda61st, and, you know, the incarceration of different ones of his homies around him, that they don't deal with their share of issues. You feel me? But yeah, man, RIP once again to this young gentleman, Shmurda61st. Go stream his music that he's been able to put out before he went away. Before he passed away. I mean, condolences to his family.
We love hip hop.